Hello, I'm Kirk Allen with the Edgar County Watchdogs.
I'm John Kraft.
And we're going to cover some information that will be rather intriguing out of Ford County and one of the board members up there and some of his comments that he said at the last board meeting.
That would be Mr. Nuss?
Yep. Is it Ness or Nuss?
I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about the meeting before the last one.
Oh, was that the one where Doug Corbett spoke and talked about all the grants and the audits that they've had?
Yeah, the audits they passed with flying colors.
Yep, said he passed all the audits.
With flying colors. For how many years? 10, 20 years? No, not a word, a hint of a problem.
Yep.
They had the same audit results in Dixon, Illinois, didn't they?
Over 20 years in Dixon, Illinois. Yeah, perfect audits.
And that lady ripped off $54 million.
One of the largest.
The single largest municipal fraud in United States history. Huh. But her audits were good too.
Yep, her audits were good. And Mr. Nuss knows they're good because he checked into them and followed up to make sure. Or did he just take someone's word on it?
How do those audits work? Do auditors come in and just look at everything they want to look at?
No. They only do the scope of authority. And that is what they let them, you basically tell them what you're going to have audited.
So if they don't get to look at a checkbook, they won't audit a checkbook.
Correct. And it's not a forensic audit. All they're doing is making sure that the funds that came in went out, and they don't check to see that they went out for the right things in a lot of cases. We've proven that right here in Edgar County.
So they don't check to see if they're actually paid out properly, just that the dollar amount was paid out.
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. Now the next thing was the last Ford County meeting we went to. What was he talking about in that one?
All that, there was another guy there that had the video camera that had called him late at night at his home. I think he said it was 9 o'clock or 9:30.
Doesn't he work the night shift?
Yep.
Well, that's kind of like daytime to him.
Yep.
Okay. Late at night at 9 o'clock and insulted his intelligence.
Integrity.
Integrity, there you go.
Yep. Questioned his integrity.
Yeah.
Personal integrity.
Yeah.
We got that on video.
As opposed to professional integrity.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he talked about he's done his duty. His constitutional duty. What was that?
Yep, he did his constitutional duty, innocent till proven guilty.
I didn't know that was in the Constitution.
That's not.
Well, he says it is, so it is.
Well, see, that's one of the things with these public officials. They like to say things because it sounds good, but chances are I'd bet the guy hasn't read the Constitution in quite some time. Innocent till proven guilty.
Well, that would be like if somebody asked him if he's got a future relative working at the health department, he answers, I don't have to answer that, I'm innocent till proven guilty. All right.
Yep. And by the way, he does have a future relative that works at the health department.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, she babysits for Doug Corbett.
Babysits for Doug Corbett.
Yep.
And works at the health department. Maybe that's why he doesn't see anything wrong with Doug Corbett or the health department.
That could be. Well, back to that innocent till proven guilty. As we said, it's not in the Constitution. The presumption of innocence is actually a misnomer. According to the U.S. Supreme Court, the presumption of innocence of a criminal defendant is best described as an assumption of innocence that is indulged in the absence of contrary evidence, and they cite a case law to it. It's not considered evidence of the defendant's innocence, and it does not require that a mandatory inference favorable to the defendant be drawn from any facts and evidence. It gives a whole, you could do your own search on this, it's pretty easy to do. I think he's pretty good at searching on the internet. He's
searches topics in YouTube.
You betcha. The interesting point of this, and I hope he hears this, the reality is that no defendant would face trial unless somebody, the crime victim, the prosecutor, a police officer, believed that the defendant was guilty of a crime. After the government has presented enough evidence to constitute probable cause to believe that the defendant has committed a crime, the accused need not be treated as if he or she was innocent of a crime, and the defendant may be jailed with the approval of the court. So, if you have enough evidence for probable cause, how'd that say? He need not be treated?
Was he being charged with a crime in that phone call?
Which phone call was that?
That late night, middle of the night, 9 o'clock phone call?
Nope, I don't think he was being charged with a crime.
Just wondering.
I think he's trying to insinuate that Mr. Corbett didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Or Julie Clark. And we know
Julie
when we
Clark.
audited the grants,
Julie Clark, she's getting a 25-year service award.
well, that's it. That was in the health board minutes. That's right. 25-year service award for Julie Clark. How long she worked there?
18 years and 5 months.
Well, how'd you find that out?
FOIA request to
Oh, them pesky FOIAs. There you go again.
the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund.
18 years and 5 months.
18 years and 5 months. Now, why would they be giving her a 25-year plaque?
Let's see. I can't think of a good reason.
Or is she getting benefits for over 20 years now?
Well, I'll bet you she's getting vacation time and sick time as if she was there 25 years.
That would be 20 years for the 5 years previous to that. That would be vacation and sick time for 20-year employee, when she would have only had, well, she doesn't even have 20 yet.
Nope. She's got 18
So for the last
years.
5 years, she's been getting those benefits as if she had 20 years in.
Yep.
And now they want to pay her benefits as if she had 25, when she really hasn't even reached 19 yet.
That would be correct.
Dang it.
See, back in April, I did that FOIA on the contracts for Julie Clark, strictly business. I wanted all the contracts since 2000. We've now proved that she broke that law too, because what she gave me was 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I've got all their contracts here, and we found in the grant, the smoking grant, that she claimed, or she was the contractor for the smoking grant, and there's no contract for that year represented here. So she didn't give me all the information I asked for, but what's really amazing with, did you show your IMRF stuff? Does that show how much she was getting paid?
Well, yes.
Let's look at
Are
Julie.
those 1099s you got?
You betcha. 1099s for Julie Clark when she was
Huh.
a private contractor.
Just checking.
The,
Let's see, in 2003, or 2003, she's getting 35,492. 2004, she's getting 37,397.
well, I've got, the first contract that shows up here is January of 2006, and she's getting $43,350.
So she wasn't working in 2005?
According to this, she's not listed on here as a contractor, and she's not on IMRF during that year.
No.
Now, you want to know what her duties were that drew that nice big fat salary of $43,000?
Gotta be a lot.
Item number 1, these are her duties. Public health education activities and support activities related to the development, implementation, maintenance of, and adherence to the agency's policy and procedures for HIPAA compliance.
I bet they got a grant to do that.
We need to FOIA that.
You're right.
But that's it. That's her duties. HIPAA compliance. 40, and she does that from home because she gets to work out of her home. Wonder how that works out. How does she work and ensure all that is compliant in the office if she's never there?
Good question.
Oh, I shouldn't say never there. She's there some of the time.
She was there at least 2 days of the year for the smoking grant. That's when she wrote the tickets.
Yep, she wrote, was it 12 citations in that whole year over a 2-day period.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So,
Interesting contracts. I mean, she's up to how much now?
over 51.
Over 51,000
That's just that's just her
salary.
IMRF salary, doesn't include all the extras.
Wow. Now she's the one that got the solar panel contract too, right?
That was one of them little extras.
A little extra perks. So she got the inside deal on the tobacco grant
That
contract.
was a little extra.
These contracts here.
That was a little extra.
These didn't go out for bid, did they?
No.
No. Mr. Nuss, there's enough right here. All you had to do is look. It's not hard, and there's more than enough probable cause that somebody should be facing some type of law enforcement.
If this board feels strongly about that, I'll answer to them. I will not answer to you.
Wait, did he say what I thought he said?
Doesn't answer to the guy he was talking to that called him,
He answers to the board,
not to him.
not the constituent.
Wow. And this was a guy that was citing constitutional duties?
He does his constitutional duties by being innocent until proven guilty and answering to the board and not to the people that elected him.
I think it's time for him to go.
Right. Well, that's it for the day. See ya.